Like all Swifties, among the most well-organized grassroots movements of our time, she writes, Tavi is a close reader. And she uses Taylor's eras as a prismatic mirror to reflect her own life as a young celebrity trying to find herself as an artist. From the debut's youthful idealism to 1989's soundtracking her move to New York, fanfiction dives into Tavi and Taylor's parallel and, at times, intersecting lives. Both writers and performers, Tavi profiled Taylor for Elle in 2015. They both know what it's like to have fans read their work biographically, whether or not they were invited to. But fanfiction, stuffed with delightful to decipher mirrors, lyrics, and metatextual jumps, is all about play. Split into 3 parts, the zine feels at once fictional and plausibly true. Part 1. New Romantics is the type of hybrid essay a Taylor Swift-themed seminar might produce, weaving thinkers like Barthes, Woolf, and Berger into a grand unifying theory of the singer's relationship to memory and writing. In Part 2, Mirrorball, a Tavi-like narrator remembers the enthralling anxiety of meeting Taylor for the first time, befriending her, and growing apart. Who doesn't want to think Taylor actually texted the words, "We found you clinging to a light post, like a chic Dickensian orphan"? Part 3. Mine poses as a series of emails in which Tavi tells Taylor she is writing about her and shares a manuscript. The pop star character becomes a mouthpiece for self-criticism. Taylor leaves Tavi on read for a time, responds to her writing with mild praise, then cuts it down unceremoniously. Ahead of the Tortured Poets Department's release, Gevinson hopped on the phone from a residency in Maine to discuss the project, which she stresses is entirely fictional as the piece does not give access to Taylor the person, only to the character that exists in my mind, and the process of creating Taylor, Tavi's version. Why did you decide to write about Taylor Swift? I have a lot of favorite artists, but I think her music invites close reading and inspires obsession. I related to her ongoing project of writing about her life from a young age for public consumption. Her work, and her as a figure, have captured my imagination for a long time and given me a sort of structure in thinking and writing about my own experiences. Finding ways to use those experiences, or those kinds of superficial similarities, as a foundation for something much more was fun for me. The zine immediately announces itself as fan fiction. How would you define your relationship with Taylor now, and where do you see yourself on the spectrum of friend to fan to critic? Where do I see myself now? Those different roles that you named and which I list in the piece. I have just straddled these different worlds for a long time. One of the most important things to me is to follow my fascination around that in my work, and occasionally they preserve a sense of creative autonomy.